Okay, fellow Concours riders, here's my story. Much like everybody had as far as an issue, when you go to press your little key with your key fob right within range, you get nothing happen. You can click and click, nothing happens whatsoever. So I found the trick on the internet. Sorry, I can't give credit to whoever had posted it because I can't remember who posted it. But on this far wiring harness, you've got a series underneath this boot of connectors. Now, the one connector, this gray one, if you disconnect the gray connector, sorry, I'm just trying to do this at the same time, disconnect it and reconnect it, you have about 5 seconds to depress your key. I'm just going to do it here just so that you see it. So you disconnect it, just pop it right back together again. Essentially the click happens, you'll hear it, and you can turn your keys straight from there. So that's the workaround. You can do this on a regular basis all the time if you have to, but you have to take that connector off to turn the key to start it back up again. So did a little bit of searching, tried to figure out what the heck is this switch that has the issue. So I think I found it. So as you pull everything off, you have this one little switch at the side of your ignition, and you'll see it in operation. So you'll see as soon as I depress my key, the switch engages, you're ready to turn, you can turn it on, ready to go. Turn it off, this switch stays on for 5 seconds and then turns off entirely so that you're not able to do anything if you don't have your fob handy. So the forums say Kawasaki replaces it, and I'm thinking this is the spring that they say that they replace, making it more robust. I think it's horseshit. Because when I was doing this, it was in this upright position that it was working, but this little solenoid that's down here that depresses this in order to engage it, that's what wasn't working. All I did was blow it out with some air, compressed air, and now it's working properly every time. So I don't know how long it's going to work properly every time for. And my question is, what do I do in order to get this cleaned up and ready to go? I don't really have a solution for that yet. And my option always is to, I'm never left stranded. I can always unclip that gray connector and I'm ready to go. But this is the issue right now. Okay, after about 5 tries, I'm back to the issue that everybody else has. Depresses, doesn't work. So the next solution that you see everybody talks about is tapping. Tap that in order to make that switch work. And there it goes. Pretty crappy switch as far as I can see. So we'll wait for it to press. Let's see if we can do it again. Go to press the key. It doesn't work. Tap, tap, tap. Click, in it goes. Not a solution, but it tells you where the problem is. Okay, so this is the solenoid switch that comes out of that Kipass system. So as I look at it a little bit further, there's a little cotter pin at the end, pull that off, pull that through. This is what locks the key in place so that you can't turn the key when you don't have your RF fob next to you. So when the RF fob is next to you and you push the button, this releases, you can turn your key. Then it snaps in, locks your key into place so you can't turn it. So my thought was get rid of this altogether. Who needs it? But then you can turn it all the way to the FSS position. Then you can take your key out and open up your saddlebag, and anybody can do it walking by. Now, whether or not they do it, that's another question. So as we take this apart, find the spring that everybody has spoken about before. This is the spring that they think Kawasaki has replaced with a more robust spring. Again, I say horseshit! Horseshit. That's not the reason why it doesn't work, because of the spring. The spring isn't the issue, the activation is the issue. So I cleaned it all out, made sure it was nice and clean. I'm going to put it back together, test it again. Okay. So we cleaned up this solenoid, put it back in, went to push the button, nada, nothing changes. So that eliminates the switch for depressing, locks it into place, we're good there. So like everybody talks about, tap, tap, tap. Switch works. Turn the key on. My suspect is the solenoid is not working properly. That's what I think.